Let's look at the basics of fibers. Fibers are unique materials. They are for the most part polymerized beta-1,4-glucose, which is cellulose, which means it's a material that has got a lot of stored energy in it. They are elongate strands of material. Cellulose has a structure that looks like this. You can see that it's just glucose units that are bound together, but it's got this long chain. We talk about textile. A textile is a type of cloth or woven fabric. When we're dealing with textiles, we take fibers and we put them together to make these pieces of fabric. These are different representations of textiles. We've got everything from cloth, cotton, and cellulose type materials. The one on the far end is a denim. You can see that all of these are woven together. Some of them have larger textures than others. They are all a woven type material. Therefore, they are all textiles. We have what we call bast fibers. These are also called phloem fibers or skin fibers. These are plant fibers collected from the phloem. These two on the bottom are bast fibers. These include linen and jute. The linen is the white one. The jute is the one that is a much rougher consistency. We've got leaf fibers. Leaf fibers are collected from leaves. The leaf fiber you see here is manila hemp. We've got seed and fruit fibers. Down here it shows you a seed fiber. This is cotton. This one over here is denim, and denim is a cotton material. When we talk about fibers, there are processes that we use. These are terms that you have to become familiar with. One of them is retting. Retting is the process of microbial fermentation to rot away cellular residues around bast fibers. When they collect the material in the field, they will take it, it will undergo a microbial fermentation process that will cause the outer residues around the outside to come off. Then you can strip the fibers away and use the fibers. And that process is called retting. There is a video that shows you how to do that. Here you can see this individual placing materials in water. They let them soak in water. Then they start breaking them apart and take the excess material out because what they want are the fibers. This is a retting process. You have scutching. Scutching is the mechanical separation of fibers from other impurities after you go through retting. Scutching can be done by a lot of different things. This is a scutching machine. It takes the dry material, it runs it through, and it beats against it. As it beats against it, it knocks off the material that's not the fibers that you want. We've got decorticating. This is peeling off the bark. This particular photograph shows a decorticating process. They have a machine that has a rolling type material on the inside and kind of a combing type thing. They throw the band of fibers onto the inside and then they pull it out. As they pull it out, it takes away the outer layers. You end up with the fibers. We have ginning. Ginning is the mechanical removal of seeds. Ginning was originally done with cotton. This shows you a cotton gin. You've got a series of brushes. The brushes have different sizes in them. You can see the eccentric little blades. They're pulling the material off. As you pull the material off, you get the cotton fibers out of it. It separates it away from the cotton seed. We've got lint. Lint is an accumulation of fluffy fibers. Lint is normally what we're looking for. Once we've got the lint, we can spin it down. This is cotton lint. Out in the field, cotton boll has opened up and you can see all these fluffy fibers. This is of course before they go through the ginning process. We have carding. Carding is a straightening of fibers using cards with small wires. If you watch one of the videos, we've got this lady who shows you how to card fibers. What happens with the carding is you straighten them up so that they all are in the same direction, which allows you to twist them together. She's got the two cards. The cards have these little hooks up. It kind of looks like a thing that you would use to brush a cat with to take off the extra cat hair. You lay the material down on it, you go in a certain direction and you turn it, go in the same direction. As you do that, you pass it from one to the next. It straightens out the fibers. We also have things that we talk about as far as cloth goes. Mercerizing is the treatment of cotton fibers with sodium hydroxide, which results in a lustrous appearance. Sometimes they mercerize cotton to make it a little bit more shiny. We've got sizing. Sizing is the substance that's applied to act as a protective filler or glue. A lot of times the sizing that we use is something called starch. Starch will make the fibers a little bit more stiff. As they're a little bit more stiff, it tends to make it a little bit showier. This shows you a bottle of spray sizing that you can buy and you go out to iron your shirts. You spray this stuff on it, will make it so that it doesn't wrinkle as quickly. We have what we call sanforizing it, and this is a process of stretching, shrinking, and fixing cloth in a length and width to reduce shrinkage that would occur after washing. If you don't sanforize it, what ends up happening is you buy something and you put it in the wash and you run it under the wrong temperature, and all of a sudden it's 3 sizes too small. If you wear it, if you can get it on, it will eventually relax back out to the larger size. So what you do with sanforizing is you do that to begin with. Then when you make your garment out of that material, it doesn't shrink on you. It's an interesting process there. We've got permanent press. Permanent press is a chemical process that resists wrinkles and holds its shape. A lot of people like permanent press stuff because the permanent press stuff is very easy to put on. It's very quick. You don't have to go out and you don't have to send it off to be ironed. You just take it, you put it on, and boom, you've got it and you're going. Therefore, permanent press is a very interesting concept on material. This shows you 2 shirts. One is permanent press, one is regular cotton. They're both cotton. The one in the back you can see seems to have a little bit more. This is after both of them were ironed. I won't say that we used any sizing on it. On the one in the back, you can see the wrinkles that occurred just from it hanging there, where the one in the front does not have these same wrinkles. The one in the front is a permanent press shirt. The one in the back is a regular iron type shirt. You can get a very nice look out of a permanent press shirt. You can get a very nice look out of a regular iron type shirt. It really depends on what you're into. Some of the finer shirts actually will be somewhere in between on that. You want it to last the whole day long looking very nice. When we look at fibers, these are all different terms that we use as far as dealing with fibers.